welcome. I'm Wanda Atkins, creator of the French Panorama, and this evening, or this afternoon for you, we have Michelle Huggins-Watts with us. The illustrious Michelle Huggins-Watts. Thank you for joining us this evening. So excited.
Thanks for having me. Thanks very much for having me, Wanda.
So excited. I mean, you're an inspiration for so many people. I don't know if you realize that, but you are. You really are.
Well, that's good to know.
People talk about you in Paris and all over the place. It's you are someone that we can be inspired to do many things.
Wow.
Take
Good.
it. All for you. All for you. Thank you for
Thank you
joining us
very
in
much.
this wonderful, adventure of doing, judging the panorama, taking your time
Right.
to it. We really appreciate it.
So,
So I wanted to know from you, what was it like in your career to be an arranger and being the first woman to win a panorama? That.
that was
Hmm.
that is an experience that perhaps not too many words can be used to describe the feeling,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Um, because I'll tell you what, it's not that when I first started in the steel band arena that I one day hoped to be an arranger or anything like that. I was just so fascinated with the instrument because, seeing performances on television and so on, I just felt I wanted to learn to play pan. So that was it. So being able to play the instrument was just enough for me. But, it evolved and I entered the panorama arena and so on. So having won in 2011 was definitely um I'll have to say like a dream come true because as a female arranger too, it's like you almost have to work twice as hard as a male because it's a male dominated arena, right? And I really put my all into every arrangement that I do, right? It's almost as though each section, as I develop and explore the theme, each section to me must be more interesting than the section that I just left, I just came out of. So that way, that sort of facilitates an interesting, a consistently and a sustained interest in the arrangement, right? So winning again, getting back to it was phenomenal, right? I received a lot of accolades and congratulations, and I actually was invited to the Prime Minister's event at the Diplomatic Center and another event hosted by the President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. I was awarded by Panch and Bago, and it was a definitely good feeling, right? What was particularly satisfying for me though is the response from the players. That mattered very much to me because the players are who I interact with every day. When we get together, we change parts and so on. So they are enduring the process with me. And knowing that they are satisfied and they feel good and they are excited about the parts, that's what keeps me going. So the victory was not a victory for me, it was for all of us. And that euphoria and that camaraderie and so on, that is what made it special and unique for me. I felt as though, well, hey guys, I didn't let you all down. We did this, we did this.
Wow. Wow. It's extraordinary. It's extraordinary. Really, really. Yes, I just, hope that because of this more, female arrangers will continue to go in that direction because you've
Definitely, definitely. The sky's the limit, right? And once that door has been cracked open, it's just for others to keep, you know, opening that chink a little more
yeah.
until it becomes fully wide open and everyone is through.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of time. Everything takes time, and I have faith that it would be so. And we do have female arrangers who are very good, very good. It's just about that time when their work will get that recognition
Right.
and be
Right.
made victorious, so to speak, right?
Mm-hmm.
So time will tell. Time will tell.
Time will tell. Time will tell. So in your career, you've worked with different groups. What was your favorite group to work with, or who was your mentor?
So I've worked, of course, with my school, which was my alma mater, St. Francis Girls College. That's where I first started doing any type of music involving the steel band, right? Tech Power Stars was the first band I did arranging for in the senior category. So I actually did their stage side music for every year. They would, whatever, Christmas music, music during the year, ballads, calypsos, etc., different genre. And they gave me my first start with Panorama arranging.
Okay.
Uh, so Tech Power Stars. And back then there were no categories like small, medium, large. It was just everybody.
Mm.
Who else? I worked with La Creole, which is a single pan band around the neck, and Woodbrook Playboys, and of course Valley Harps.
Right. Yeah.
I've done minor things with Phase 2 Pan Groove for special events, more with having to do with classical type piece or piece you may have to read a score for, that sort of thing. Um, and my school, I'm a teacher. I'm a vice principal, was vice principal at Trinity College, but I also taught music and English literature. And working with the kids at Trinity was excellent. Really, really good. So to say if my favorite group to work with is
Yeah.
it's hard to separate, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, you might automatically want to say Valley Harps because that's a band I won with, but it's not just about the victory. A question like that is about where your most memorable and interesting and hair-raising experiences lie, right?
Yes.
So actually I would even go so far as to say with Woodtrin, which was Woodbrook Secondary and Trinity College where I taught, we had a combined band. And when we entered the Panorama, the second year that I arranged, we won. So my first victory as a female arranger was then with in the school's Panorama competition.
Oh, wow.
That was a fantastic experience. It was, and we had like, the band was huge. It was over 100, 110 or something like that, 120 students.
How do you do that? How do you arrange something for so many people? How does that work?
Well, you remember you are arranging for sections of the orchestra. So the challenge in terms of numbers would really be to ensure that, particularly with a school band, that as many students as possible have the music um, in the manner that you would like to have it performed. Because remember, with schools, you'll have some students with some experience, and then there'll be some who, for the first time, they were even holding a pair of pan sticks. And you have to teach them how to strum and whatever strumming pattern. Sometimes you might have to adjust the strumming pattern because one might be too challenging. So So and I'd like to add this, when you work with a school band and a band where students are now learning as well as, a mixed ability group, it enhances your ability to arrange because it keeps you being very creative in the sense of thinking outside the box. Because there are times you will want to do something, but they may not have the skill set yet to do it. And you may have to readjust it, but yet maintain the dynamism and the impact you may have wanted to create in the first instance. So that helps a lot. Not to mention, it affords you the ability to have a lot of patience But then working with the adults also requires patience as well.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that virtue. The virtue of patience.
Yeah. So to answer your question, I wouldn't say one particular group. I have to say I found joy in every group that I have been with so far. So,
Of course, spoken like a true teacher.
correct.
That is that is it. That
Yep.
is it. Definitely. And so, why did you decide to join this adventure of judging for the French Panorama?
Well, I'll tell you, Wanda. I've judged quite a few competitions over the years. In Panorama itself, I judged the single band competition. That was years ago. I would have judged things like the National Song Festival and a couple of calypso competitions. What else? I've judged Panorama in Antigua. And I have some experience in the schools festival as well, But with the French Panorama, I could not say no to this because I've been to France like 3 times. And the very first time was with Face to Pan Groove. That was in the 90s. And there was one band at the time, I believe, Calypso Association.
Yes, that's it.
All right. And it was amazing to see when I returned for the third time in 2016. I was surprised. I was intrigued and I was impressed to see that there were so many bands in France. Because when I went there, I went with Valley Harps for a number of performances, but I was also asked to conduct workshops with the various pan groups throughout France. So I was in the north of France, central France, south of France, and conducting these workshops. And the affinity and affiliation, they love the art for the art form, it touched me, So I maintain relations with quite a few people now. So they're now my friends. So of course, in the last World Cup, we were all back in France here and France won. So we are all excited about it and so on. So to know that there's a French Panorama, definitely I had to be on board. I must be involved. And I'm hoping to inform the process over time, because I'm assuming and being positive about the idea that it won't be just this year and then we won't hear about it again.
Yes.
This has to be an annual thing, and I'm pledging my support to you now.
Oh, wow.
You have my support throughout.
Wow. I got
Oh, I'm serious. Really, really serious.
wow.
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
What an honor. Really, what an honor. Thank you very much. And, I'm speechless.
Brilliant. That's what this is about. I mean, what is the point that we enter into a program, a forum, and whatever it might be, and we reach a certain stage, a certain level of proficiency or efficiency or so, and then you don't share that information, you keep it to yourself. What is the point of that? Right? So whatever little way I may be able to contribute, do not hesitate to ask me. Now, I'm not saying I'm a pro and an expert in everything, but what I think I can assist with, I definitely will.
Wow. I just, wow. Wow. Well, yeah.
So,
Again,
without a doubt.
thank you so much. Really. Thank you
Welcome.
very, very much for your support. And we're really looking forward to your feedback. As a judge, of course, it's very, very important for us. And wow. Thank you for sharing your time today.
You're most welcome. My pleasure indeed. Thanks for having me.
In your busy, busy day.
My day has only just begun, right?
Okay, sorry. I forget. We're ahead. We're ahead. We will speak again after.
I'm a Christmas baby. I love Christmas, so there are lots of things.
Yes, it's parang. It's starting to be parang
Light,
now. Yeah.
parang, and everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
What's your favorite parang song? Do you have a favorite one you like to play every year, or?
Ooh, um, there's one from as a young person growing up, a kid growing up. Vamos todos. Vamos todos a cantar con mucha estimación. You know that one?
Yes.
I've always like that. And with the soca parang, I like Scrunter.
Yes.
I really love Scrunter.
Yes, yes.
And there's another one. Give me rum, give me whiskey, give me something to eat. Then sing a parang song every movie. That, yeah. Spanish Confusion. That's the name of that one. Yeah. So doing Christmas work at home and so on with the little music playing alongside that, gives you that spirit and motivation, and you know,
definitely
makes it all, it makes it perfect.
It makes
What is life without music, right?
It makes sense.
Exactly.
It does. It does. Oh, this is so wonderful. Well, we're gonna wrap this up, but thank you ever so much again. Really.
Most welcome.
Yes.
Love and blessings always, Wanda.
And to you
so
also.
We will be in touch.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. So thank you very much for joining us for this interview with Michelle Huggins-Watts. And remember, join us on January 15th, 2022 for the French Panorama, The French Touch. Bye.